I realize I'm a little bit early, guys. Guys, I don't have any guys out there yet. And I don't have to say anything. Just have to read it. We don't need a cursor at all. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. What's the volume on this thing here? Hey, what up? Aretha Films. R8 here from Aretha Films. What can I do for you? Got a question? Hey, brother Don. Awesome. My brother's on here, guys. Don Downing. That's my brother. Same dad, different moms, just in case anybody's wondering. That's why we don't look alike. But we have a lot alike. We are a lot alike. Oh, okay. I see that from Aretha. Okay. So, brother Don, you're actually watching a live podcast here. Yeah, this is a new jet that I just put together. I hurt my back, and it took me like over a week to be able to do the thing. But I finally got it together. Then I hurt my back again the other day, just when I finished it up. So it was all finished, and I was waiting to do a video on it, and I had to wait until I could feel better again. A couple of days here now, just to walk around and stuff. What am I up to today? My brother wants to know. Well, weather depending, somebody else wanted to go fly, but I think it's a little windy, and I'm still healing up, to tell you the truth. I threw my back out pretty bad working out in the yard the other day, doing some goofy stuff, cutting the grass. The machine doesn't, there's no suspension on those things. So that just doesn't do me any good at all. Craft King's up. Hey, what's up? Craft King's in the house. I gave you a wrench already. That's right. I did. Good. I've got a moderator here, guys. Craft King, welcome. What do you think of her so far, guys? You got the old color scheme? I looked at the old color scheme, and I just couldn't stomach it. I couldn't stomach it. It just didn't, first of all, I've kind of liked some of the sport models and stuff, okay? But I haven't really cared for the fact that they're a sport model, that they're a fantasy jet. Some of them are real. That was getting kind of close, but still, I don't really have an area for civilian planes other than the top wing trainers and stuff, and I just stick those all in the back room. But mostly, I like the military schemes. So when I saw they came out with that Freewing with this L-39 and a nice camo scheme, and I really liked the colors on it. I just really did. I'd been looking at the plane, but man, I thought, well, I could get the plane. Back when it was still. Instead of $385, I think it was still $329 when the original price was, I believe, $329. If memory serves me, something like that. But then I'd had to paint it and do all that kind of stuff and that to it as well. But I did do a couple extra nice things to it. I did the coating in the back. If anybody didn't see the build series on this and the opening, the boxing, and what I did to prepare for, I did put an RC Geek afterburner in there, the centerfire afterburner, and I've put. Let's see if I can give you guys a little bit closer view here without knocking this thing off the table. You notice my wheel chocks to help me out with that, but let's see if I can get this just a little closer. How's that for looking pretty damn stock, guys? Okay, here's what they come with. This one and this one. And there's my flashing strobes. And I did that on both sides. And from underneath, you really can't see any difference of anything. So, I mean, they're installed. It took a while longer than I thought. I had to make the leads to a specific length just to get up through the fuselage. and that. Let me see if I can get this back here for you guys again. Really don't want to knock this off of here, but that looks pretty good. But yeah, these little wheel chock ideas here, guys. I just kind of came up with this. I found these, they're tent stakes. And I'm just going to put rubber bands from here to there, joined in the middle, and they'll pull together like that. And then this thing won't go anywhere. Good idea? I'm going to do that. Rubber band. Double rubber band, join them in the middle, and they'll pull together. I think that's a great idea. What do you think? I'll do a little reading here, guys, for a second. Okay, just a second. See what I've missed. It does look nice that way. Thanks, Craft King. Bad Back Blues, huh? Thanks, Don. An awesome dancer. That isn't what hurt my back, man. All those years of doing all the other stuff with cars and working on cars and working in the fire department and, you know, carrying bodies and all that kind of stuff. And then I get in the hospital and some big heavy patient just grabs me around the neck. It's falling sideways. And you feel something go crick. And it's like, I didn't think anything of it that day. You know, I just worked the rest of the shift and went home. Next morning, I couldn't get out of bed. And that's what started it all. I worked with it for about a year until I just couldn't work with it anymore. I had to go under the blade. And it was ended up with a double spinal fusion. And then I've had another couple surgeries since then. And now I swear I don't want to go under the blade again. So if it hurts, I just see if my body will heal in a few days. If it doesn't heal up in about a week, then I'll go in. Anyway, back to the bird here. Let's see here. Oh, what? Live skip. Yeah, RC Weaving. I mentioned you on a couple videos, dude, but you weren't there. You must have caught it after the fact. Yeah, they got the lights on nice, too. Anybody want to see me fire it up? I can't show you the afterburner, guys, because I don't have a safe place to point the exhaust, and it is all hooked up because I'm ready to take it out and actually do a taxi test with it. So you get to see the afterburner outside. But in here, if I fire it up, it's going to blow this way, of course. You know, it's going to blow right toward here. It's going to hit the monitor, and you think it's going to be an earthquake in my house. So probably a bad idea, huh? But I can fire it up as far as the lights and stuff are concerned if you want to see that. Yeah, I got a thumbs up on that. So while I got it here, let's give some shout outs. My brother, for one, this is the first time he's ever joined me on a live video. Of course, this is only, I think, my second or third. But just the fact that he caught this and he's watching my program, my channel, man. Thanks, buddy. Love you, brother. I hope you're doing okay, man. Hope you're feeling well. You know, I'm here if you need me, bro. If anybody's wondering, my brother was just not feeling so good there for a while, and he seems to be coming out of the woods pretty well. So all said our prayers for him, and see if you're doing pretty good. Praise the Lord, right? Okay, everybody wants to see the lights. Da, 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 da. Okay, anyway, a few shout outs. One Craft King, RC Weaving, my brother Don. We've got Royal Norjack. Aretha Films was the first one on. My brother Don was on the second. And let's see who else we got going here. Well, we've only got eight people watching right now. Who am I missing? Some of you aren't talking. That's okay. That's fine. Hank Cruff, I got that. Nice to see you here. And yeah, let me fire it up for you guys here and show you what she came out like. I am going to do another idea. As a matter of fact, guys, I need your opinion, and I want your honest opinion on this. Yeah, I know I'm getting my teeth worked on slow but sure. They're getting better. I asked him, I said, it's the first time I've had a gap in my teeth since I was a little kid with my baby teeth. And she says, don't worry, we'll get it better, you know, slow but sure. Man, it takes time. It's been what? I've been working on it for about a year now. Anyway, give me your opinion on this, guys. I wanted to do a couple more lights on this. And because it's a double, I wanted to do Canopy Lighting red, because I did some research and it looked like the cockpit canopy or the cockpit instrumentation panels were red. So I want to put some red LEDs in there as well. So this may not be totally finished, but I don't have any red LEDs right now that'll work with the kind of voltages that I need, unless I want to wire up a whole nother system. It's got enough in there already. So LJ Hobby, hey, what's up, bud? Not a huge talker or typer. But okay, I understand, dude. All right, I'll get to the nitty gritty here. Let's fire up my radio here. Yeah, I've got my DX9. Somebody else wanted to know what I use. I like the DX9. I got tired of crashing birds, and I had a theory. Finally came up with a theory. You know, if you're going to be flying, you know, $300, $400, $500 planes, you need to have a transmitter that's at least the price of what you're flying. Okay, you don't buy a $100 transmitter and fly a $500 plane and expect, you know, miracle. Oh, a crash. Well, it ran out of frequency. I don't know why. It's a brute new radio. Well, I learned the hard way too. I took the crash course lesson method, guys, with everything here. I'm self-taught and crashed a ton of stuff before I finally figured out how to do this. But we'll fire this up and make sure our throttle kill is on. I haven't taught the radio to talk yet, so it will. I haven't programmed it yet what I want it to say. But yeah, I was thinking about doing it'd be a real easy thing to just put a couple little lights under here. Or even another thought that I had was little red Siloom sticks. Just make a little slit here and a little slit here. Just crack a little Siloom party stick, stick it up underneath both sides with, you know, piece of tape and slap it under there. And those things last for hours. I mean, hours and hours. I had one just for test, a blue one, and I was going to do those on the F-22 Raptor. And, you know, where they've got the marker lights and stuff like that, instead of running more electrical stuff, I was going to inlay those blue side looms. Okay, I thought that was a decent idea, but I haven't had the guts yet to cut into that $600 bird. But with this, something like this, you could just cut little slats back here with the tape and put the little red lights under there and just change them out whenever you wanted to. You know, it's basically just for effect anyway, just for show. But yeah, let's go ahead and plug this in. I talk a lot. I want to make sure I don't even by accident knock this plane off the table with the back of that chair. I don't know if you guys remember what happened last time with the Corsair, and the back of the chair caught it and boom, off it went. First crash. It wasn't even built yet. So we know it works, but I had the power cut on before I bound it. So let's do this again. I forgot on some planes, for some reason, it switches. So all switches forward. And do that again. Oops. See if you can see the lights back there, guys. Okay, so you know it works. You have to see the rest of it outside, because if I blow it this way, it's going to blow the camera and everything off the back. It's already blowing all the dust around the roof. Airplane's doing a whirly-bird up on the roof there. But now we can put the throttle kill on. But yeah, got everything working here. Got all the flaps. Everything working, flaps. Let's see here. Now, one of my guys out there, Deuces Wild, says that in flight, under power, had a problem with flaps. We're going to test that out when we get it outside too, put it upside down and stuff or whatever. I'm going to fly, basically be flying with power on, but not flying it. and try out the flaps and see if they go up and down. I also want to check out the gear. That's something I wanted to make mention, guys. Okay, because there was an issue that a lot of people had, I guess, with the gear. Once the gear would go up, they had a problem with their rudder. And this particular plane, they must know that there's some issue or something with the MCB-E. And enough of them has happened, maybe not to all of them, but enough of them has happened, that this plane came furnished with a splitter and enough of the length of wire to just buy, and it was already bypassed. They bypassed the MCB-E and did it that way. Anyway, what you guys see here is basically, I'll turn it around here for you. Let me get on this side so you guys can see all that I did. I did a top flashing light. Got our sides. Got a very nicely mounted top flashing light. I mean, I even painted the bezel to color of the plane. I hand mixed the color. It was easy. It was marsh green. By the way, this is for you, Jeff. Jeff's RC, Jeff's Custom RC. Jeff's Custom RC. He does a lot of painting. It was marsh green and khaki to make this light color green. It was perfect. Just a little more khaki and just a drop of marsh green. It was perfect. Perfect match. And then I've got the little rotating beacon on the other side, which I can change. So let's set this here. Did you guys get to see both sides here? Because one side flashes twice. This is twice. And then this side's a triple flasher. We got a triple flasher on this one. And double flasher on that one. And then the center fire afterburner light for the back. Right now it came loaded at, the way it came out of the box, it was set up for 50%. Comes on at 50%. I'm sure I'm going to want to probably set that to about maybe 3/4 throttle or just before 3/4 throttle on that. That'll probably be about the best. You guys see this all right? There we go. And I won't knock it off the table there either. Okay, so see if I've missed anything here. Brian Chambers, what's up, buddy? Good luck. Good. What's up, man? Good afternoon. And who else we got here? LG Hobby Life. Jeff Nichols. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing out there? I've been watching some of your stuff, buddy. Pretty cool stuff. I need to get back to you and start leaving some comments. I've just been kind of busy and ailing. I have to admit, guys, I'm not very good at this yet, but we'll work at it and get it better. But I do want to show you a couple of things on this thing. Oh, the lights underneath, I do have it on a switch. I've got this switch here, and I can do the different modes on the little flashies. Watch. Slow it down a little bit. Just put it on a flash, a rapid flash, or you can just turn it off too if you want. So I was thinking something for like taxi lights, you know, once I'm flying, I could just turn it off if I wanted to. Top one, that's going to stay strolling. I've got that one wired in. And of course, everything else. But I think it came out pretty good. Can't wait to show you guys the afterburner. Let's see if I can get some kind of a side angle shot here. Hang on. See if I can do it without scaring the dogs. I should be able to get this chair out of the way and do something here. Just got to find a good way to point this. Okay. Ready? Here goes nothing, guys. Hang on to this foot. Okay. That's all she wrote as far as that. Looks pretty good. If the weather ever decides to cooperate, I'll get to fly this bad boy. I got like 4 other planes ahead of this as far as the lineup is concerned. The weather just hasn't been conducive, either the spring or even late winter. Just it's like the clouds, they seem to just keep piling in on our area, and when everybody else is done with their clouds, they head over this way. We just can't get the days together. And when my buddies are off flying out there or off for work, we want to go flying. The weather's like today, we had thunderstorms this morning, thunderstorms this afternoon early. We're supposed to get thunderstorms again here within the next couple of hours. So I thought this was probably going to be my best opportunity to show you guys this jet. I had it finished 2 days ago. All right. Thanks for watching. We're going to cut this short, and thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, guys, if you haven't done so already. Anybody have any questions here before I cut out? Let me see. RC Weaving says he bought a CG machine. Yeah, I've got one up there too. And it's a great deal, great deal. It comes with those little pads on it. I actually took the pads off of mine because on a lot of the planes, the hard point falls right on the CG somewhere. And I put a little tiny bevel in the hard point where the CG is at. And the ball where the little pads on the top of that CG stand fit in are perfect for sitting there. So I don't need the pads, and it's a little bit more exact. Need a new transmitter. Jeff Nichols says he needs a new transmitter. It's on or off. Wide open throttle. Oh, geez, DX6Is. I've got a DX6i. I thought I was doing a step up from the Walkera. I wasn't. Maybe just in name, but as far as reception, it crashed almost as many planes as the Walkera did. Again, it's a cheap radio. It was perfect for the simulator. Great for the little planes if you don't give a hoot about them, but I wouldn't recommend that 6i for anything expensive at all. I just don't trust it. If it drops below 7 volts, the range drops as well. And think about that voltage wise, guys. More voltage, more range. Less voltage, less range. It just makes sense. It's like a battery in a light bulb. As the battery voltage decreases, so does that light bulb going to die pretty soon at some point, right? So potty racers on yours. Potty racers. Oh, I'm thinking about brakes here, guys. And this thing is going to want to travel for a mile. So I'm either thinking about, because this bay here, this cockpit battery area is huge. I mean, there's even another area behind it, behind the CG, if you want to, that you can mount stuff in. So I'm thinking about putting a set of brakes back there if they don't all weigh too much. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with my friction brake idea. Pencil erasers on your CG machine. That's an idea too. Yeah, that's not bad. The last thing I used for the brakes has actually worked out pretty good, but I think I'm going to try something a little bit different. And this was on a recommendation of another guy using well, I'll tell you what he used. What I've been using are the felt pads, little stick-on felt pads. Punch a hole in it, stick it on there, and then push it up tight enough and tighten it in to where they're both turning about the same. They still turn, but they with a little bit of resistance. That's been working fine. But this guy came up with mentioned that he uses a rubber O-ring, which I like the idea of them. They're going to be a little bit more uniform, and a washer a tiny little rubber O-ring with a washer as a friction plate. So the O-ring will mount probably on the stationary part so it doesn't get burned up, and it'll hold onto the washer, which becomes the friction plate that'll push against the wheel. Maybe it'll wear the inside of the wheel out a little bit, after a while, but still. And with the rubber, you can get a little bit of a tension on there. So I'm going to try that. That sounds like a good recommendation. I wish I could remember who gave me that one. I'll have to look and see, so I thank him for that. Hal Rufner, hello. How you doing? Welcome. We're just getting ready to sign out here, guys. Just wanted to give you a sneak preview of the finished product. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed. And left my radio on. Good thing. And it's another cool thing, tells you when you mess up. Honestly, I don't think I don't see myself ever really needing another radio than the DX9. Seldom do I ever need more than 6 channels. 7 channels, like on this one here, I get the 7th channel working the little light down there. Big deal, right? On the B24 up there, I've got the 7th channel operating the FPV camera, rotating turret. So, seldom do I use more than 7 channels for anything. I haven't flown any of the other birds that have, air brakes and this and that and slats and stuff like a Goshawk. I think that's an 8-channel plane, 7 or 8 channel, 7 minimum if you wire them together. Right? Don says, my brother says, now that's freaking cool. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, bro. 16 channels. Craft King, what do you use? What do you fly that needs 16 channels? You use maybe 7 of them. I like the option of being able to use more if it becomes, say I find a plane that I can put a load of tough, new different things that they start popping out. They're always coming out with new stuff. Bomb drops, parachute drops. I want to see, live missiles, or airsoft missiles and stuff like that you can mount on planes. Stuff like that would be kind of cool. Start watching a little bit more flight test. They're doing some of that stuff. Anyway, shout outs to my buddies out there, Dave's RC, Jeff's Custom RC, Jeff Nichols. He's across the pond there, guys. He's doing some awesome work too. Jeff's RC, he's good in the painting out there, and does a lot of nice work on models. And he still hasn't told anybody what his, maybe I missed it, what he was doing and what he's going to be rolling off for us. I don't see him coming back to tell me either. So now maybe I lost him. What do we got? 28, 29, 30? No, that's wrong. I got 8 people watching. All right, probably time to call this short. It's going on in half an hour, which isn't actually all that short, is it? Sorry. Just have a gift to gab. But yeah, this took me a little while. I enjoyed doing it. The pieces were real tight fitting. And the only problem I had with it was getting the wing up underneath there, and it was that ribbon cable that I was worried about it getting bound under there, and I tried not to, but it still managed to get up in there. I was actually finally able, when I put it back together after light installation, I reversed it. I had the cable on the inside of the plane, and I ran the cables around and plugged them in underneath so that when I put it up, I could see that they were where they needed to be, and then popped it back up and in. So I did it in reverse order, and it was easier. All right. You guys have yourselves a good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Hope it's not raining by you. It's starting to look like it's going to. If not, I'm going to get this thing out here and do a little test drive with it later. I think I've got it pretty close with the steering going up and down my kitchen, with the tile squares. Line it up, and it makes about 6 of those squares and still on the same path. So that's pretty indicative of decent. So I should be able to fly it like that. Just got to set up the rates, and because these are full rates that we got right now. These are full rates. So I've got to set up some different rates. And according to that simulator that I was flying, flying full rates on this thing would probably crash my plane. And it looks like it's really, really twitchy, like it would be really snaky. So we'll have to tame her down a bit. Plus, I got the gyro on here. Did I show you that with the course correction? And I can turn it at an angle and hit the button, and the angle corrects. I think I showed you that on the other video, right? Oh, which gyro? I'm using the Admiral 600 SP receiver stability plus gyro. It's DSMX compatible, but it's not a Spectrum. I've had some good luck with it in a couple different planes without any range loss or anything. It's got diversity antennas, which I kind of like. It's got 2 different antennas come out. They're a little short, you think, but it seems to do the job. And safe is nice, except I'm always fumbling for that safe switch. You know, it's something else to think about, and you know, unless you get used to that. And I don't want to get too used to it, because then I go to fly something that doesn't have it, and oh shit, that's right, this one doesn't have safe. I've done that once or twice already, gone and flown a regular plane afterwards, and just, you know, full bank over. I always do that with the safe planes. Well, this one here went completely over like twice. Whoa, okay, that's right. This one's not safe. Yeah, so you can't get too reliant on safe. You got to mix it up once in a while. So fly your simulators without safe just to keep your thumbs working right, and just keep you thinking right. But safe is great too. It has saved the day on me a couple of times when it's gotten out there, and like I don't think I was above 400 feet, but I was cloud popping, and I couldn't get my plane to come back out of the cloud. And the only thing that saved me was having it on safe and doing a full dive, knowing that it's only to do a limited full dive on high rates, but still stay stable. So I did that, and where it came out was nowhere I expected, but it did pop out, and then I was able to get it. So safe saved me that. It saved that little plane. That was that little mini micro timber. I don't know if anybody remembers that video. I thought I lost that plane. I thought that one was gone for sure. How's the video, guys? I remembered to take the film off the camera this time. It should be a little clearer. And hopefully is the sound pretty good? Sabas says, nice. Lee Davidson, how's it going, buddy? He says, good. Awesome. Hey, yeah, man. Is it like a safe? You know, that gyro isn't actually, it's more like they put it on the panic button. They put it on the button up here. And just to show you what it does here real quick, see if I block that light out. Turn it up on its side. Okay, and I'll hit the button. And if you see that, look at the top. Look at the top right over here. You'll see the ailerons come up. And it would do that to correct itself. And the other one does the same. And it would do the same way if I had it in a different attitude. You know, if I got it in this attitude here. Let's see, get my arm out of the way. You can see it twitch a little bit back there. But when it's where it's supposed to be. So this is where it figures its flying level. That's what it's calibrated for. There is an advanced recovery mode on this, but you have to put the bind plug in one position and then the other one in another position and mess with that. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to need it. If I get in trouble enough where I have to hit the panic button anyway, I'm already kind of in the groove and getting it back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I'm going to have a problem. I don't think I need to put it on fast recovery. Besides, I might enjoy getting out of that. If I did something wrong, it might be a little bit better teacher if it's just helping me to get there. You know what I'm saying? So basically, now I just waiting on the weather and the nerves. Don't want to crash a new plane. We'll let the newness wear off a little bit, and by the time I get the other ones flowing, I'll be ready to fly this one too. Thanks, guys, for joining me, and you have yourself a wonderful Sunday. Thanks for sticking around. This is Skip signing out in 3, 2, 1. We're out of here.